Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Breaking news reaching us indicates that the government has reviewed the rates. A few days ago, CS Kithure Kindiki gazetted some new government rates. If you want to get a marriage certificate, if you want to replace your ID, if you want to take a new ID, the government has reviewed the rates downwards. The reason being because of the public outcry that followed the gazettement of the rates. We are going to dig deep into the new rates and why Ruto has been forced to review the rates. We are going to do that in our subsequent videos. In this video right now, I want us to have a look at a short clip that has been trending for the better part of today. In the clip, we are seeing some roofs at JKIA leaking, an international airport leaking. Have a look at this before we continue.
Like for real. Guys, this is Terminal 1C. That's how it's raining. It's leaking all over. Even to the counters. Just check. How about it? This is Terminal 1C. While operations are ongoing. Very, very serious. Dumbly serious.
Yes, that's a leaking roof, or rather leaking roofs at JKIA, an international airport leaking. And when the cabinet secretary concerned, Kipchumba Murkomen, was asked why that's happening, this is what he said. Transport CS Murkomen attributes the leaking roofs at JKIA to neglect by Uhuru's administration. That's the response by Kipchumba Murkomen, the CS concerned. So basically, Kenya Kwanza government is blaming Uhuru Kenyatta for the leaking roofs at JKIA. This roof is leaking because of Uhuru Kenyatta. 1 year down the line, Kenya Kwanza government, a working government as they've been saying, cannot fix a leaking roof, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening here? Yes, what's happening here? If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Let me start by saying this. For those who have been following William Ruto very well, William Ruto always thrives in propaganda. And one style, or rather one strategy, Ruto and his team are using is finding scapegoats and people to blame. When they were sworn in, or rather when they took power, they were saying that, we are in this mess because of the previous government. And some Kenyans believed them because actually they were just taking over power. 1 year down the line, the blame game continues. I won't be wrong to conclude that this is a complainant kind of a government that will always be complaining and passing blames to others. And that brings us to the issue of incompetence. This is an incompetent government, no doubt about that. And as time goes by, we are still going to see more of that. Secondly, this government is not interested in serving Kenyans. It's only interested in making money. And this money, only some rogue elements in this government, they are using the government to make money for themselves, not even the people. These cabinet secretaries, let me just say that this government is a cartel, right from top to bottom. It's a cartel that is using the government structures to enrich individuals in the government. And that's very unfortunate because all these things were in the public domain before it reached here. If you elect a leader who does not care about integrity, these are the consequences. We have seen business individuals being kidnapped, their goods being seized. They are being warned, if you take this matter to court, we are going to take you to heaven. We are going to kill you. That's the kind of a government we are dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. What's the way forward out of all this? I strongly believe that Kenyans still have the powers to stop this. If they cannot stop it now, they can stop it in the next election. And they can stop this by, first of all, being very violent to these elected leaders supporting this regime. Because the members of parliament, the senators, the MCs, these are the people giving William Ruto and this mediocre team to continue looting from Kenyans while Kenyans are not getting any service from them. Let the ground be very hostile to these members of parliament, to these elected leaders. And when I talk about the ground being hostile, the constitution allows Kenyans to demonstrate, to picket. Kenyans can demonstrate serious demonstrations against these members of parliament. They should not be allowed to continue cheating Kenyans. Kenyans should listen to that. If Kenyans can be very hostile, constitutionally hostile to these members of parliament, they'll actually retreat. They'll pile pressure on William Ruto. And I know William Ruto will stop all this. Kenya is not a poor country. Kenya is very rich. The only problem, taxpayers' money are being squandered by these so-called government officials. According to Auditor General's report, Kenya has been losing a third of its annual budget to corruption. In Kenya Kwanza government, that figure, I'm very sure will hit 60% total corruption. And another issue coming out very, very clearly, it might be possible. A few days ago, William Ruto hosted Kenya Kwanza members of parliament, rather the elected leaders, at State House, Nairobi. When these leaders complained to him that the ground is becoming very hostile, Ruto told them not to worry. Whether they're becoming unpopular, that should not worry them now. This is not the time to be popular. I'm seeing a William Ruto who, as 2027 approaches, he'll start actually listening to the people. Now he knows there is no election, so he's blind, he's deaf. He's not listening to the people. But as 2027 approaches, I'm seeing a William Ruto who will be actually playing some psychological games on Kenyans. We'll see him actually lowering the cost of living. What does that mean? It means William Ruto is deliberately punishing Kenyans now because he knows there is no election to be done today. By around 2026, 2027, I'm seeing that he'll be pleasing the people, and some ignorant and some naive Kenyans will fall for those tricks. Kenyans should know that in advance. Let them not play to the Kenya Kwanza tricks. This is a government that has brought serious misery, serious suffering upon Kenyans, or rather on Kenyans. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Any other person who may want to support us, contact me through that number below, or feel free to channel your support to that number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.